So we're here with the family of Kierra Sorrels-Kelley. Mom, could you introduce yourself?
Alicia Allen.
Stepmom.
I am April Kelly.
Ricky Kelly.
And that's Dad. We're here to plead for help for this family. They have gone through a lot since January 7th of this year, and their daughter has endured a whole lot medical-wise. So we're going to ask them to talk to us about what happened starting on January 7th, just so that you guys can get a little bit of what they've gone through and what they're still going through. And they're going to need the entire community, and this definitely needs to be heard. Alicia, could you tell us a little bit about what happened on January 7th?
Well, January 7th was the day that changed my life. Woke up, normal day, to take my other 3 daughters to school. Left home about 7:15, told Kierra, like I always do, told her I love her, and she said, I love you too. Dropped my 3 daughters off at school, left there and went to my dad's house, cause my dad depends on me a lot. Was at his house, and about 8:30, Kierra FaceTimed me and said that she woke up with a really bad headache and she couldn't feel her arms or legs, and that she needed me to get back home. So I stopped everything I was doing, jumped in the car, called 911 to meet me at the house. When I got home, they were there. Walked in the house, she was sitting on the floor. I thought she had actually passed out, but she told me she actually sat on the floor. But on the way home, I tried to call her back. She never answered the phone. And so when I did get there and I asked her, I was like, if your arms and legs were going numb, how were you able to call me? And by the grace of God, she was able to, she said, run her finger across her phone to FaceTime me. So when I got there, she was saying she couldn't breathe and she wasn't gonna make it. I tried to calm her down and I told her she was gonna make it, she was gonna be okay. So I talked her through it while the paramedics, and it was the paramedics and myself and my friend, we got her on the stretcher, got her in the ambulance. I was in the car behind the ambulance. On the way to the hospital, she stopped breathing. They had to perform CPR. I never knew this until we got to the hospital. When they entered into the ER, she was still unresponsive. So one of the patient reps came out to get me, took me in this room, and she was telling me that the doctor was coming in, didn't know what he was about to say. He came in and I was sitting in this room, it was dark, lights off, couldn't catch my breath, and he's asking me if I had family with me, and I'm trying to get him to tell me what's going on. So we walk out the room, and I was able to call some family because I just needed somebody there with me. And when I finally got to see Kierra, she was laying in bed. They had to put the tube down the throat because she had stopped breathing. But at that time, all the family had got there, and we just wanted her to know that we were there and that she was gonna be okay. But just a normal day. She went sick. Her life just changed. She went to bed. We all went to bed the night before and woke up. And her life just changed, and I wish I could take her place. She had so much going on. She was in school. She didn't go to college right out of high school. She finally decided to go to college. She said she did it for me, because I need her act more like sisters than, she think I'm her sister more than her mom, but she said she did it for me. But then when she got there, she actually, I told her the other night, she really made me proud. The whole time she was there, she was on the dean's list, and she was looking forward to finishing school. And she finally got her, she always had a little card, but it wasn't what she wanted. So she finally got a card not long ago, and she loves that card. She still talks about that card now. She tell me, make sure it got gas in it, make sure I get oil change. She said, you make sure my car right when I'm ready to drive it. But it's just been so hard. Her whole life just don't change. I know it's changed my life, but I know it's her life that's been affected the most.
Right.
So I don't know.
That's totally understandable. Just want people that's watching this video to know that this could be any of us. It could be our children or our child or our family's children. So we need to look at, the community needs to look at it as if it could be any one of us. And for us to dig deep to try to help this family. This has changed their lives forever. They're having to either not work or come straight from work to help care for her. So we want people to see y'all, and to empathize and have sympathy, and be compelled to help and do whatever they can. We're gonna go and let stepmom April talk and give a little bit about how this has changed you and how it's affected you and your relationship with Kierra as well.
Okay. So Kierra came into my life, and from day one, I think she was 10, she started calling me mama on the first day. And ever since then, she's been my baby. There's nothing that I would not do for her. She was just with me 2 days prior. I think we stayed the whole weekend together. We usually sit around and watch our reality TV and just have fun. And now, with her not being able to be in my life the way we used to do, it's hard, because that's my baby.
Yeah.
And I know either one of us sitting right here with laying in that bed right now, if God can heal her today, and we would take her spot.
Absolutely.
Her mom is very strong. I can say now this is the strongest woman I know in my life, because she has been here since day one. I'm stepmama, but I'm coming in every single day. I'm going to work, but I'm making sure I'm here for Kierra. I can help Lisa as much as I can, but I wish I could do more for her, because she has really been strong. I'm supporting Dad. He's been here since day one. Kierra is just our baby. And it's a hurtful feeling.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is a life-changing experience, you know. She's a awesome kid, you know, just, you know, going to school, trying to make a better life for herself. You know, you can't ask for more from a kid, you know.
That's true.
And my message to anyone with kids, if you have kids, you grab that child and you kiss that child and you hug that child every chance you get, because this could have been either one, anybody's kid, you know.
That's right.
Anybody's kid.
That
This,
is
her life changed in one day, which changed all of our lives in one day. So.
And none of us know what Kierra's going through.
right.
Nobody knows what Kierra is feeling.
That's true.
But when you have your child, because she's all ours, lay on that bed and tell you she's tired and she don't want to be here no more.
Wow.
You gotta fight for that baby,
We all, as
We
a
gotta
community,
fight for that
have to
baby.
fight for her.
because that's not the answer. She's not gonna believe that, and we're not gonna let her believe that.
This is a no giving up zone.
We're not giving up.
Right.
We're not giving up. She hasn't had any kind of medical issues. She was working. She was going to school. Finally getting the things she wanted in life.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that car. That was her. That was hers. She did that.
She was happy to say, I purchased my own car.
Black beauty. It's what she
Black
called me.
Black
She drove it to work to my job one day. She said, "You gotta come out here," and I was like, "What is it?" She had took it to the car wash and she had it shining. It was. I said, "What is it, Kierra?" She said, "You see Black Beauty out here?" I was like, "Okay." But what April said, and I want to say too, I'm sorry for not saying this. I couldn't have done none of this without April. She has been there every day. Anything I ask her for, she do it. number one stepmom to me. And I know how Kierra feels about her. Kierra always say, I got two mamas. She said, sometimes I look at some pictures of her and April be saying, I'm like, no, you and April take pictures all the time. She's like, okay, now I got two mamas. I love both of y'all the same.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but the experience like at the hospitals and stuff, when we was at Piedmont, I mean, I feel like the doctors, I mean, they never could give us a diagnosis of what was going on when she got there. So that went on for days and days and days. Had some good doctors, and they tried everything that they could possibly think of. But everything that they tried or every test they took, I would always come back negative. Every day, I know it sounds crazy, but every day I would pray like, please let something come back positive. So, cause I was just confused, like what happened? I just did an answer. Every day, everything was negative. So at that point, I was like, I just need a second opinion. So we went to Emory. They ran more tests, and then they were able to tell us, they came up and said that she had a stroke in her spine. And the doctors even told me, they was like, we can tell you this is what it is, but we don't know what caused it. They said usually people with this kind of injury have either fallen off something, been in a car wreck, been shot, and none of that happened. So that's why I feel like it's unusual that it happened. That's why I just feel like God gonna heal her, because it's unusual. She told me one night in the bed, I said, the doctor said that this don't usually happen to somebody unless some of those injuries occur, and it's unusual. And she said, I'm unusual. And I said, yeah, baby, that's why we're gonna get through this. I was brought up in the church. I still go to church. I believe in God. But I can tell you one thing, this is a trying time. If you ain't never been tested before, this is a time, this is a tested time. And I know I can't question God, but every night, right, I don't know why I feel like if I'm being punished, something I ain't do right. Just don't know.
We all know that is not it. We all know that is not the truth. But all we can do is trust him and believe him that he gonna make this all right. That's all we can do.
It is an awful feeling to see your child laying in that bed and can't move.
I cannot even
It's an awful
imagine. I can't even think past that point.
And I mean, I want to take Kierra home, because I just can't see myself putting her in a facility. I have 3 other kids that depend on me too. I've always been a working parent. But, I mean, after a while, only so much of my coverage at work is gonna last. So, I really don't know what I'm gonna do after that. And I swear I feel like a bad parent if I were to put her somewhere. But then I'm scared, like, if we get home and something, I don't know what to do. I just ask God for guidance to show me the right thing to do. Because I asked her, me and her were talking one night, and she said, I want to go home. And I told her, I said, you're going to go home. I mean, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to keep, and I just saying this to be asking like pity or nothing. I'm sorry, getting words all tied up. But, I mean, I do pay rent. But if I don't have a job, I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully, sooner or later, we can get some assistance for Kierra. Right now, it's kind of hard because she's 24, and nobody ever thinks about, okay, getting power of attorney over your kids, because you think you're gonna get sick for them. So now I'm working on that part, getting power of attorney, and it's kind of hard because she can't write. So to say it's okay for me to get power of attorney, but I was told that I really didn't have to get her signature. I just needed someone to like be there to like notarize the stuff.
Right.
So that's my main thing, you know. It's just getting in a position where I can have say so over her health coverage and stuff like that. Just making sure she has everything she needs when she gets home. That's about it.
You never know who knows what, and there are people out there with resources. So Corey and myself have both been reaching out to people, doctors that we are affiliated with, to see what we could do to help y'all. So it's not just gonna be us. Like I said, this need to go farther than just our hometown. It should be just global. Like, hopefully this story can go everywhere so that people can see this family in need and be compelled to help in any way. Y'all have anything else y'all want to say? Or want the
just
people
wanna
to
say
know?
that, you know, any help is much appreciated. I mean, like we said, you know, this could have been anyone's child, and it's hard. So,
And it's a long road ahead.
Right.
So we just want everybody to continue to pray for her. Because I
Absolutely.
think prayer is what's going to make her stronger
Absolutely.
and bring her through all this. And she's going to have a testimony.
Oh yeah.
He testing her right now,
Absolutely.
but she's going to have a story to tell.
I want to be on the front row
She gonna
for
have
this
a
one
story
because
to
I
tell.
know she's gonna be able to tell it.
Yeah.
That's what we all have to believe, that she will be able to tell.
Yeah,
Her story.
She's so determined. I mean, she really is.
And we going to continue to be here for each other.
Yeah, and we have to.
And trying to get her to the Shepherd Center. I'm trying my best to do everything possible I can. Yesterday I spoke with the lady at the Shepherd Center who came and visited us at Emory, who knew we were coming here to Landmark to try to get her weaned off the ventilator. And we've tried that a couple times and it has not been successful, but I still believe God will take the ventilator away. So I talked to the lady yesterday and she asked me to talk to the social worker here to try to get a referral to Shepherd's. Got news today that Shepherd, it's not that they won't take her, the insurance company won't pay if they don't have a diagnosis. So we don't have a diagnosis because the doctors can't determine what caused the stroke. So I'm not gonna give up. They're gonna try one more thing tomorrow to see if that goes through. So if everybody would just pray and hope that she can get to the Shepherd Center to try to regain some of her strength back. Cause that's one thing she makes sure. She makes sure every day I give her a bath. She makes sure I do her exercises. So I know she wanna get out that bed.
So our last option would want to be with her going home on a ventilator and them just saying, let's wait and see.
Right, absolutely.
Because she's too determined to go home on a ventilator to wait and see,
Right.
you know?
And
So
we don't have to take no for an
we
answer.
don't have to tell you no for an answer.
amen.
Absolutely.
We've cried and we've cried. We're gonna dry the tears up and we're gonna fight.
Absolutely. That's all we can do.
Prayers.
And continue to pray.
And we'll continue to ask questions
Right.
because we, even with the conversation that we did have with a provider, he was like giving us some guidance on where we should start to try to find out, okay, if they're not gonna take her at Shepherd, then what resources do they have on the neurological end of it?
Mhm.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
If she had a spine stroke. So,
Anything.
We're gonna continue to talk to the providers. They are all excellent providers. We trust them with everything, so.
The scary part for me is, like I said, she's on my insurance at work. If I'm not working, then I need to hurry up and try to get her approved for Medicare, Medicaid.
Medicaid.
I mean, I gotta have some some kind of coverage.
Resources that can help her get that process going.
Started. Mm-hmm.
And that's where the power of attorney part is gonna come in, cause I gotta be able to have access to her, you know, records and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because even with being on her insurance, right now her medical bills are
Just piling up.
piling up.
Absolutely. But we're not gonna worry about it.
Mm-mm.
That's the purpose of doing this and having a benefit at church, to do all we can to help y'all. And we just never know where this may end up. You never know. You never know. So we're gonna keep y'all in prayer, and we're gonna keep fighting along with y'all, this whole everybody. So we will definitely share this on every social media engine that we can think of. We will be sharing this story so that people can see that this family is hurting and that they really need our help.